Another disappointing result for Liverpool. They have been playing horrible this season and going against this Tottenham team, who are shockingly towards the relegation battle. They are in the relegation battle, and Liverpool just looked like how they do pretty much every week. It's shocking and it's sad, and there needs to be change. There are glimpses they have a good game, and then next thing you know, they play horrible. And you look at this Tottenham team, the way they've been playing. They haven't won a Premier League game in 2026. They are horrible, completely horrible, and who knows? We'll see what happens if they get relegated or not. But first off, the first goal in the match, Dominic Soboslai. This is an old photo, I believe. Old photo, but it's another free kick. That's the only thing Liverpool can bring in, really, was that free kick in this match. Ekitike had a chance, a few players had chances, but overall in this game, there was really nothing. Yeah, Richarlison tying towards the end of the match, the 80th something minute. It's terrible defending from Liverpool, like they have been all year, and then Richarlison gets the tap in, and he celebrates. For me, if I was a top team like Tottenham, who is playing in the Champions League, who should be qualifying in European competitions, who should be on the front lines of it, maybe even a title fight, you're celebrating. Meanwhile, you're in the relegation battle. That is just embarrassing. I would be embarrassed if I was a Tottenham fan with that. I just don't know how you're gonna go out there and do a little smart ass celebration just for, you're doing worse than you did last season. Last season was pretty bad. Only thing that keeps you on edge was that Europa League win. But besides that, you guys are horrible. And this season is no better. You put in a lot of money in that team just for nothing, really. Then you have the Premier League stands. Arsenal in first. City has been losing points lately, but they still have a game in hand. Manchester United, Aston Villa, Chelsea, and Liverpool. This might be wrong, actually. 1206. This one might be wrong, but it's pretty much overall. Maybe Liverpool or fifth. I don't think this one's counting Liverpool's, but pretty much besides that, everything is the same. Aston Villa lost to Manchester United. Arsenal won against Everton. West Ham tied against City, and Chelsea. Have they played? I think so. I don't remember, but that's pretty much the table going on to the season. Here you had Rio and Ngaoma, who out of this match, he was probably, you take something good out of it. You performed not to your best, and you have a lot of issues going on the team, but at least you have this youngster who's, bright, up and coming, getting chances here and there. Pretty much the only positive you can really get this match, just because it's for the future of the team. You hear Dominic Soboslai stating that we have to wake up, because if we carry on like this, we should be happy with the Conference League. I don't know why this is happening. I honestly don't know. I think I misread that. In my head, I was like, what? But never mind. But yeah, he's saying at this rate, Conference League is where it's at. If the Premier League don't get that fifth Champions League spot through the UEFA qualifications and the standings and the ranks, then Liverpool are not getting Champions League football, let alone Europa League football, if they keep dropping points like this. So it really is depending on how this team is going to go on, and if there's going to be a change next season with Ernie Slaw, which we'll go on to that in a bit. Jamie Carragher states out that the profile of the players that came in the summer, there's just too many players who just want to play when the ball is at their feet. They don't want to dig in and make it difficult. That's why it's so easy to play against this Liverpool team. Jamie Carragher has been really, out and about of stating what he thinks about his team. He had a huge drama and criticism with Mohamed Salah earlier in the season. Talked about Ernie Slaw, talked about certain players who are not performing. So he's really verbal and expresses what he thinks about this team. And most of the time he's wrong. I didn't really believe in or liked what he said about the Salah situation. But besides that, it's true. This Liverpool team as a whole. Apparently, these rumors, you can pretty much take this with a grain of salt unless you see a top source say or talk about something like this. But may not continue for next season. And the manager I've been saying that they should bring in is Xabi Alonso. I think he would 100% transform this team. He's worked with some of the players. You know how he plays. His Madrid stint was not his fault. I think he implemented really good and brought in what he should have, but the board and the players, Madrid as a whole, is just not that type of team that is, I guess, that tactical review. They're a team of they're a give and go team. Get them the ball, counterattacks, attacking football. They're not a system based team, Real Madrid, and they probably will never be. So, but in a team like Liverpool, I can 100% see Xabi Alonso implementing and work in a way where he can change this Liverpool team as a whole. I don't want to say Ernie Sell was just a one season wonder, but there's something needs to change with this Liverpool team. It's not looking straight with that, but that is pretty much the Liverpool against Tottenham game. It's embarrassing for Tottenham as a whole for the season and Liverpool as a whole, but one's in the relegation battle, one's failing to defend their title that they won last year. But we'll see what happens next week.